What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. I've been thinking we need to do something every Friday to bring people Friday energy.
Okay.
Don't know what it is yet.
I was going to say, what exactly is it?
As I was falling asleep the other night, you know when you make up scenarios in your head?
Yes.
So I started envisioning us like going crazy in our new studio every Friday, like strobe lights, chugging drinks, twerking on the table every Friday as like a Friday energy pump up video.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Fran is like, sounds good for you.
Yeah. Every Friday?
Yeah, to bring people that Friday energy.
Okay. I'm skeptical.
It's something we can workshop.
Yep.
It's something we can workshop, but we want to make sure that we're giving that to people on Friday to get the weekend started.
I think when we come back from LA, the new studio.
No, we can't. Stop.
No, stop.
But you just said like you're teasing it still.
No.
Stop giving people these dates.
Rhea didn't put a date on it. She just said, we could dance around.
Yeah, no, because you
I'm
told...
not promising. I'm just
you promised...
Sounded like you were going down that path.
You promised that by May that we'd be in the new studio, and we're not.
We're not.
And that has nothing to do with you. So I want you to know that is not Noah's fault. It's Pete's fault.
Fucking all business, Pete.
Yes.
I'm putting the pressure on him.
And don't worry, guys. We'll be in there soon.
We're trying to put the pressure on. Everything is done in our new studio. Everything is done except one thing that makes the microphones work is out of stock. Is it still out of stock?
It's out of stock, so this... No, but like, he has a temporary thing he just has to set up. It's temporary. Once that's in stock, we're going to record.
So
we're
why
not
hasn't the temporary been installed?
He said that like a monitor came today. He's like, it should be done tomorrow or something. So like, when we come back... I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just saying it's looking good.
I got salty this week in the office because people have been sitting in the studio room thinking that it's just like a free-for-all conference room. I slapped some strongly worded pieces of paper on the door, not a conference room, because I went in there and
everyone thinks Fran's so nice.
I had like a mom freak out because it was a very nice table that we have in there. Very nice, expensive, nice table. And I sit down and I'm like, oh my God, somebody was just in here with a coffee or a iced tea, some kind of sweating drink, because there it was.
Sweating.
The ring mark on the table, and I lost it. I was like, I can't take it. These people need to. I rubbed it so hard. I think it's kind of gone now, but I just caught it because when I sat down, it was like when I went to touch it, it was still wet. So somebody was in there that morning.
Also, there's like a couple stains on.
Yeah, there's like marks on the chairs. The rug's dirty. Like people are just walking in and out of there like it's like a free for all.
Yeah, unfortunately,
we have to have like a code in the front of it that only we know.
Yeah,
right to
like
enter.
Enter.
Yeah. Either way,
I think my note did scare people though. Like
probably.
I think they like went up and saw the door and it was like, no, I know. Right now the door says do not film in here, and then also not a conference room.
You guys both put notes on the door. I almost want to add a little something funny at the end.
You should too.
You should.
Just like something to add a little flair to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I'll workshop something.
Yeah, just maybe like a nice message to end it because it's like beware, don't come in,
or something like leave us alone, fuckers. Yeah. You know,
literally
something catchy like that. We'll have to workshop. But I
should say there's a camera in there. Like rolling.
Yeah,
like
at all times. We could do that. I just think, if you are listening to this show and you listen on the way that you listen to podcasts on your phone, whatever.
Nothing changes.
Apple Music, whatever. Open your mind to YouTube. Open your mind to watching on YouTube, because I'm telling you, once we are in the new studio, the YouTube is going to absolutely pop off. I'm putting that out there. It's going to pop off.
And it's super exciting. I think people do love the YouTube. It's just hard because the podcast always comes out first.
Right. We're going to have to work on that.
Like the podcast is out hours upon hours upon hours before the YouTube is. So I don't blame anyone for wanting to listen right away.
No, of course. And if that's the way you prefer to listen to your podcast, go ahead.
A lot of people commute
Right. No, I get it. I'm just a big advocate for watching podcasts on YouTube because I watch all of my podcasts on YouTube, not the ones I'm on other people's.
Other people's.
Yeah, I watch all
I
of
do
my
too.
podcasts on YouTube.
I do too.
Yeah,
but really, that's like when I watch BFFs.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you watch any other podcasts?
no.
Yeah, you got to open up your horizons. BFFs is great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they do a great job on YouTube.
They're a great
Yeah.
podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're excited for that whenever that's coming. We did post on our Instagram about the LA trip, the Instagram Live we're doing next week with Brody and Brandon. So make sure that you're ready for that. Tune in, get your drinks ready. We're going to have a really fun night, a really fun time. Last week, well, Fran, actually, how are you? I didn't ask you yet. I always ask you at the beginning of every podcast. If I don't, it doesn't feel right.
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah. No complaints. Long week.
Don't
Getting
you
to the
call
end
her
of
out
the
when
week.
she says that?
Yeah,
I did, but then I said I was good, so I can't do it
exactly.
anymore.
So now we're
We're
even.
back to square one. I wish she would
We're
change
back
it.
to even.
I wish she would, but I don't think we can. But you're good. That's
Yes,
good to hear.
Yes.
Last
Looking forward
week,
to the weekend, you know?
Yeah, of course. Everybody is, aren't we all? Yeah. Everybody's working for the weekend.
Yep.
And that's
I've been
because
working
we
for the
can't
weekend all week.
put songs in the podcast. Anyways, last weekend I talked about how I had a bridal shower.
Yes.
And this totally slipped my mind when we talked about it. I think it's because we were recording over Zoom.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, I fucking hate recording over Zoom.
I know you
really do. I just think that the podcast is so much better when we're together. I think most people would feel that way.
Yes.
But it just dampers my entire fucking mood
Absolutely.
when I'm over
But
Zoom.
I will say, now that we have fully gone to like recording on Sundays for the Monday episode, it's just hard. Like sometimes there's weekend stuff that's like
It is. I get it.
Back in the office on Sunday, like it just changes your whole, like if there's plans you've already made, or you're like you become the person that's got to fucking leave Saturday night. You're not. Why even stay?
No, I understand that in certain cases, obviously we need to
Yeah.
record over Zoom on Sundays.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it, but everybody knows that. But I forgot that there was a crucial part of the bridal shower that I thought was hilarious. And so my sister is the maid of honor of the girls' bridal shower who we went to. And if you've been to a bridal shower before, then you know you get the bride lingerie, and usually there's like a cute saying or a poem that goes along with it, and you give a lingerie for each holiday.
Yeah.
And so my sister was assigned Valentine's Day, and so she hit me up and was like, Rhea, I need your help. My sister is really not good at public speaking. She gets very, very nervous and it freaks her out. So she's like, I really need your help. Help me write this poem. It could be dirty, whatever. I put my thinking cap on and I helped her write this poem. I wrote most of it. She came up with the beginning and ending line. And she read this in front of the entire bridal shower, including the grandmas and the moms and everybody in between.
Right.
And I cannot believe that I didn't read this on the last episode.
And you wrote this for her.
I wrote this for her. She definitely helped. I don't want to take all the credit
Okay.
because she like I said, she did the first line and the last line.
Yeah.
I did the body.
Okay.
I can't believe I didn't read this on the podcast when I mentioned going to bridal shower, because I went through my notes, because we write down sometimes what we want to talk about, and I have it in my notes, and I was like, oh my God.
Totally forgot.
I totally forgot about this. And I think I have to read it for everybody to hear, because if you are going to a bridal shower and you maybe need some advice on a poem, then I got you. Nobody will know.
Yep.
Just take mine. Okay, I got it. Are we ready? I'm going to change the guy's name. I'm going to change to Hank just to make it easier. I don't want to say the guy's actual name.
Fair.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Roses are red, violets are blue. No one blows Hank quite like you. So on Valentine's Day, you'll wear this red lingerie. It'll make his heart flutter while his penis makes nutter butter.
Oh, no.
Your legs will be spread like rose petals on a bed. Chocolate won't be the only thing Hank's eating. His sweet tooth will be fulfilled after completing. I would tell you to behave, but we all know you'll be Hank's naughty little slave. After 9 months have gone by, a precious baby could arrive. All thanks to that first V-Day night where you rode your husband like a SoulCycle bike. That's pretty good, right?
That is pretty good. And that is some fucking raunchy shit for a family bridal shower.
For a family bridal shower.
Nutter butter?
But I will say, my sister has known this girl since she was 2 years old, basically. And the family the grandma and the mom were like, Nicole, you better come with something fucking raunchy.
Yeah,
if we know you, there's
Right,
gonna be
right.
some crazy shit in that poem. And oh my god, the faces people were making, ducking under the table.
All right, who
They-
came up with the Nutter Butter
Me.
line? You? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
my sister, she came
I
up
also
with,
was about to say, I was like, I love that you said Nicole came up with the first and last line. I was like, did Nicole come up with roses are red, violets are blue? Fill in the blank.
well, roses are red, violets are blue. No one blows blank quite like you.
Okay, no,
It's
yes.
kind of fire.
No, absolutely. But I didn't know if that was the whole first line or if you just meant she started it with roses are red, violets are blue, and then handed it to you like, hey, can you come up with something?
No. That whole chunk in the beginning.
Yes, okay.
The Nutter Butter, the eating
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
the leg spread, all that was me. The ending, the Soul Cycle bike, was hilarious. My sister came
Yeah.
up with that one, but I had to share
Did
that
she
because
give you credit?
Yeah, she did. Of course, she
Very fair.
wanted me to get up there and read it for her. I said absolutely
not. No,
absolutely
no,
not.
that's
You guys should have switched off lines.
you.
No way.
No. When you go that into it, better to be the ghostwriter.
Better to be the
Yes.
ghostwriter. But now I'm letting everybody know. But if you need a poem,
There it is.
Take a little inspiration from that.
Yep.
I can tell how uncomfortable you were while I was reading it.
I just
And
didn't really know
imagine
how
that-
far it was going to go.
Picture that at a bridal shower.
Yeah.
That's how you get the party started.
They should get that framed in their house.
It's a beautiful poem.
They should get it. That's actually a hilarious gift idea. You should get it hand stitched, like one of those like really cheesy looking.
I should.
Chuggy. Is it chuggy? I don't know. I'm probably gonna start using chuggy in the wrong way.
I don't like the
word chuggy?
just because
I don't really like the sound of it at all.
No,
but
it's the word. It's the combination
yeah.
of the letters.
Yeah.
Chuggy.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, I guess this is like the latest thing in the with the youths is that like if anything's like basic or been overdone, like basic bitch stuff is like now it's just called chuggy.
I have
that's chuggy.
never heard the term chuggy, and
It's everywhere now.
I have not. I don't know what you mean by it's everywhere. I have not seen it at all.
Literally Google the word and
I would
But
like-
it's
9
almost,
million
the
articles are going to
word-
show up
The
about
word
it.
chuggy is chuggy if all these places are writing articles about it.
I would like it more if it was CHOOGIE or Y.
What is chuggy and how do you know if you're a chug? Hey bestie, what is chuggy? Turns out I'm pretty chuggy. Chuggy quiz. Are these 15 things chuggy or not? What is chuggy? The word Gen Z is using to troll millennials again. Shop 7 chuggy trends that stand the test of time. Chuggy, the word you need when passe or basic just won't do.
I'm typing in chuggy and nothing is coming up.
It's CHEUGY.
CHEUGY. You know what it is? I don't want to admit this.
Oh, you don't have Google on your browser.
It's because my laptop won't allow me to. Every time I change my
Which is weird
browser,
because you use Google Chrome.
it refuses to allow me to use Google. It just changes me back to Yahoo every day. It drives me fucking crazy.
It's an easy
Look.
fix.
No,
I will show
it's
my-
not an
In the
easy-
settings.
Noah.
No,
Okay,
she's
fine, fine.
tried.
I'm
She's
telling
done
you,
it many.
I
She's
have
tried it. Yeah.
Everybody who sits near me in the office has done it for me. I've done it myself. It does not work. It works for a day and it goes back to, I don't know. Chuggy, okay. But see, that's the thing. What is that, a BuzzFeed article talking about chuggy?
No, New York Times, Elite Daily, In Style, Yahoo, Rolling Stones, Yahoo Finance, Elite Daily, Distractify, Gothamist.
They're all talking about chuggy?
Yahoo. Did I say Yahoo? Yeah.
All of a sudden, I feel
Pop
old.
Sugar, Refinery 29. Like it's truly everywhere. New York Times. Like it's
I get it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've
Vox,
been...
The Cut, Vice, In Style.
Have I been living under a rock?
I feel like it's very recent.
It's been, I would say like the last week it popped off.
But I'm on the internet. You know?
You are. And you are on the TikTok.
I'm
as
on
well.
TikTok
Yeah.
all the time.
But I'm saying you should get that poem hand stitched in like the you know you go into someone's home. It's
Yeah.
like home is where family is or whatever. Some chuggy saying.
I don't know.
I think
if
that I
can
don't
get
think
on
it
board.
plays there.
No.
And
It does, but
I mean I'm definitely like the definition of chuggy. I'm like that cut that the article that's a girl wrote for The Cut that was like, oh shit, I'm definitely chuggy. Like that's definitely me.
I want to take
But like
a
the
chuggy
whole
quiz.
poem. Yeah, I bet you there is one.
Can you?
It's
can
interesting
you
to see the in
send me a
style.
chuggy quiz?
So like this is in style says these are 7 chuggy trends worth keeping around. Infinity scarves, skater skirts. Oh, chevron. I've never really been a fan of chevron, the pattern. Initial necklaces. I'm literally wearing one right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yahoo
is the worst fucking search engine. I swear to God. I'm going to throw my laptop. I literally am about to lose it. You understand? I've typed in chuggy quiz and my chuggy news.
Nothing.
There is a chuggy quiz on BuzzFeed. Do you want me to read the questions?
Yeah.
Do not read. Oh, from BuzzFeed?
I'm just saying.
I mean,
there's a quiz.
that's the only place you can really take quizzes, no? I feel like
guess.
our other places don't do
Fine,
it.
read it.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I feel like the listeners are going to be like,
Knee-high
Ria's
boots?
getting very antsy on this podcast, and it's just because my search engine not being Google is
Oh, so they
infuriating.
had-
If knee-high boots are chuggy, then I don't want to not
It
be
says
chuggy.
UGG boots are chuggy.
Yeah.
Chevron print
That's
is
what I just said.
Oh, chuggy. Cargo shorts, chuggy.
Yeah.
Very chuggy. Anything that says "but first coffee," chuggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you just reading this guy's TikTok?
No, this is the
Oh,
BuzzFeed
I saw
quiz
some
thing.
guy on
But like
TikTok
everyone like
post-
votes on it.
Yeah, I saw a guy on TikTok like posted a video too that was like, here's examples of what's chuggy for girls and what's
Captioning
chuggy
a
for
social
guys.
media post about a personal accomplishment with "I did a thing."
Yeah.
Chuggy.
Yeah,
Live, laugh,
did.
love.
I did
saw
a thing.
chuggy.
The office merch is like kind of like more
Wearing a
split,
Dunder
but it's
Mifflin t-shirt,
chuggy.
I saw people say.
Referring to a dog as doggy or doggo. That's very split. That's like half and half.
Split?
Yeah.
Damn.
Anything that celebrates rosé.
Saying, hey, bestie,
Chuggy.
chuggy.
Boat shoes.
Girl boss, chuggy.
Boat shoes are very split. Side parts, very chuggy. Or very not chuggy, actually.
But now there's like no joke. There's Instagram accounts. Like, I'm now on the Chug Life Instagram account.
Skinny jeans are not chuggy.
Trisha Paytas is out here on making TikToks about being chuggy or not being chuggy.
Axe body spray, chuggy.
Ooh, yep. This is funny. May the 4th merch with Baby Yoda holding a coffee.
Any kind of live, laugh, love,
Now,
very
see-
chuggy.
People are saying that lasagna is chuggy. What's wrong with lasagna?
Gucci belts. It's kind of close, but it's chuggy.
Yeah. But that's like also another thing where it's like,
I typed in google.com
Oh, we're still
so
on.
I can use Google. No, it's just it's incredibly
Yeah.
infuriating.
Yeah.
I typed in Google, so I'm now
maybe you
on
need to
the
start
Google-
using Safari.
No,
Why
I'm
not Safari?
on the
I'm on
Google
Safari.
search engine and I typed in chuggy and it's still not coming up for me.
Go, okay, but click news. Yeah, more. Hit news. No.
Nothing.
Wow.
Absolute one
I
result.
mean,
What is
you-
happening?
Do you not have access to the internet?
right?
I feel like you
Doesn't it
actually
feel
have
like-
a computer that does
have, like,
not put you on the World Wide
a
Web.
child like
Like, you
block.
have, like right there,
I
you're
must.
being blocked from reading what's going on in the world on that computer.
Isn't that infuriating
get it.
looking at it?
You-
It's
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, no,
what?
I kid you not. She is
Wait.
literally on Chuggy in Google. Click news, and there's just nothing there.
Nothing.
Like, this is what mine looks like, where it's like all these articles, and hers just is that.
What the
There's
hell?
nothing there.
I don't
You
know.
have to
I
have
gotta get
something
this.
messed up.
I gotta get this figured out.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get it figured out. I'm sorry, everybody's probably really annoyed with this whole thing that's going on. Me talking about my search engine, and I apologize for that. It should be taken off air, and I will do that going forward. Let's get
Tassel
into
earrings.
the topics for today. We got some topics going on. We got an interview. It's a great
Woohoo.
Friday show. Woohoo!
Woo!
Yeah! Woo!
Mario. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart recently this past week.
I used to be able to do the sound when he falls off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can do it.
It's not coming out of my mouth.
No. Sometimes that happens.
I can't even think of what it is. I used to be able to do it.
Ooh, I can't.
I don't know. I could do it better than that. That was just a test to see if
any noise would come out of your mouth.
Any noise would come out. Fair. Okay, let's get into the topics for today's show. Matt James and Rachel Kirkconnell seem to be back together. Tristan Thompson sent Sydney a cease and desist about those cheating allegations, and the Real Housewives of New Jersey husbands revealed what their taglines would be on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And we have a great interview with Juliette Porter from Siesta Key. Guys, she spills it.
Finally,
she tells us what happened
between
her and Kelsey. We got some answers, so you're going to want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, starting off with Matt and Rachel. It looks like Matt James and Rachel Kirkconnell are trying to make their relationship work. Obviously, as we know, when the finale premiered, Matt and Rachel were not on good terms. They split up. They weren't seeing each other. Then they were on and off the show. There were some rumors about Matt talking to other women prior to the show, after the show, meeting up with them on weekends while he was also talking to Rachel. Someone said they spotted Rachel at Lil Frankie's in New York City crying her eyes out while reading texts from Matt James. Now it seems like the two of them are trying to make the relationship work, and that came straight from Matt James's mouth. Not on this podcast, but somewhere else.
No, somewhere else, because, Matt might be big timing us. We don't need to get into it, but we thought he was going to come back on our show, and I think we're getting big timed.
Yeah.
So that's,
Yikes.
Explosions.
Yeah. Yikes.
Tyler would never. No, I'm kidding.
No, Fran, we got to big time them.
No. Well, yeah, we're still talking about them, so who's the winner here, really?
Yeah, no, obviously.
No, so yeah, Matt, he did say that they are working on their relationship. He told People that he's seen Rachel a handful of times and he's not pursuing any other relationships. And then he did this whole like Wall Street Journal profile. Look, props to Matt because he's working his way up. Like, I don't really remember a lot of ex-bachelors who have had Wall Street Journal profiles written about them. Like, there's not a lot. He's active in a lot of different businesses, and he's getting the word out there for all the things he's doing. So in the Wall Street Journal story, he said he didn't want to speak for his girlfriend about what she's doing to, as the magazine put it, be a more sensitive partner, but they're talking about it. He said, I think the best way to put it is that we can have critical conversations about being in this relationship and what I need in a partner, especially if that woman isn't black, to understand what comes with me and my life and being black. So basically it seems like he was saying, we can work on our relationship or work on our, we can communicate about these racial issues while still making it work in a relationship, like where they don't need to necessarily be broken up to do that. They can still be together, and that's what it seems like they're doing.
Yeah, it seems like Matt has changed his opinion on that, because I think what we saw after the final rose and all of that was that he was saying it's not his job to teach Rachel about all of this and about how he feels and how the things she did were wrong. But maybe they came to the conclusion where he was like, you know what, I really do really like you, and we could make it work while also figuring out where you went wrong as well.
Yeah, definitely. And he's just been sharing more from, being on the show. And we've been seeing pictures of them. There's a video I saw of them out in New York. Rachel was, out with them. They were having a good time. Looked like they were out at some restaurant. We've seen pictures of them, being a little touchy-feely. It looks like they took a trip to Gloss Lab, got their nails done. So they've been out and about in Manhattan doing their thing. He also said that there was no sex had in the fantasy suites, which I actually really do believe that.
I believe that as well.
Yeah. Like I think people just always assume that it happens, and we are those people. Like, I think we normally assume that sex happens.
Or we root for it.
Or we root for it. Absolutely, 100%. But knowing Matt, like how Matt kind of views like taking the relationships to the next level, I totally believe that he didn't have sex with any of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that wouldn't have even been brought up.
Right.
If he didn't. I mean, if he
right.
did.
We all watched how like confused he was about what he even wanted to do towards the end of the show. Like, I feel like there was just so many other thoughts running through his mind at the time.
Couldn't even,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it. But
no, but look, I think that when Matt and Rachel got on that stage with Emmanuel Acho after the final rose, it was painful to watch as the viewer, because it was like, she has so much love for him. It just looks like there's all this tension that they haven't worked out, and they need to talk about it because the feelings are all still there. And, hopefully they are they're working it out and doing better, because we aren't really in any position to be like, Matt can't date Rachel. Like, that's Matt's decision. Well, if he thinks he wants to date Rachel, then he is going to have to work at it, and they're going to have to make it work.
Exactly. I think that's what it comes down to, right? Who's gonna tell Matt James, hey, you can't be with her when something directly offended him, if that's his choice to get over it or
really
work through it.
That she's growing and trying to learn and be there for him.
I mean, I'm sure he sees by being with her. So who knows? I think that they're going to keep making it work from what we're seeing, what we're hearing. And, we'll go from there. Will something happen where Matt James is caught talking to somebody else on a weekend and Rachel's crying at Little Frankie's again? Possibly.
Right. Who knows? There could be another, what were the girls' names? Grace?
There were
like
lots of Graces.
Graces. Yeah. So, you never know. But the words came right out of Matt's mouth that he's not pursuing any other relationships right now.
Right. And we did see Tyler spotted with his girl around New York City.
She's just the most beautiful human being.
She is really beautiful.
Can confirm also that beautiful in real life.
We met her. She's beautiful in real life too.
Yeah.
But maybe they're having like a double date action.
That would be very nice. It's funny because the articles are like, Tyler, new girlfriend. Like, it just seems like it's a brand new thing. But they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
A while. So happy for Tyler too. I feel like there's really, you can't look at the pictures of them together and not be like, well, they are the hottest people you've ever seen.
Yeah, great couple.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're halfway through the podcast. We're making it through. It's about 4 p.m. on a Thursday. So, we're hitting a lull. And that means it is time to crack open a Citron, our new favorite energy drink. I'm going to give you some ASMR right now so your mouth can water for the bubbly, sparkling, flavored energy beverage that is Citron. Are you ready for this?
Kind of sounds like you're peeing, but
oh, that was nice. That was nice. I don't care if it sounds like I was peeing. If you were listening to that sounded.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, well, I get it. It does
little
sound
bathroom humor.
Pee pee. Let's do it again.
We do have these lovely Citron.
Yeah, we have
goblets.
Lovely Citron glasses that we're drinking out of. Cheers, goblets. Fran. I'm not gonna reach over, but I'm gonna take a little sip of my Citron. It tastes wonderful. It gives me that energy that you need. They also have premium bottled water and revitalizer shots as well. If you go to citronworld.com and use Chicks20 for the promo code, you'll get 20% off. They have different flavors. They have premium ingredients.
I tried the cranberry yesterday. Yeah, really good.
Really good. I love
it. We always normally do the classic. This is the white can. The cranberry, delicious.
Yeah, the cranberry is really good. It has long-lasting energy. There's a vitamin B complex in it, so you don't get the junk, you don't get the crash, and you don't get the aftertaste. And I can promise you that because it really does taste really good.
It's
really
not like just take a sip.
Yeah, and I really did, obviously. And it doesn't taste like your typical energy drink that may have that bad aftertaste. It doesn't have that. Citron tastes great. So if you go to citronworld.com and use code Chicks20, you will save 20% off, shipping included. And guys, Citron, it's not just a beverage. It's a lifestyle. The can is fashionable. It's functional. It's cute. You can hold it in your hand nicely. And maybe pour yourself a nice glass if you want to as well to match us. So once again, citronworld.com, use promo code Chicks20 and save 20%. It looks like the next step in this Tristan Thompson cheating scandal was that he sent a cease and desist to Sydney, the woman who claimed she had slept with Tristan. She made a TikTok. She went on the podcast and talked about it. The whole thing's a mess right now because she says that she never got the cease and desist.
Yeah.
And she also won't reveal the text messages between her and Tristan. So it's all getting very shady. But it's also shady that Tristan Thompson sent a cease and desist. I get why he did.
Yes.
But who do we believe?
It's really hard. I really don't know what to think about it. We just kind of have the facts, and then you have to make a decision. But she did finally admit that she did receive the cease and desist, but it was, quote, on an email that she no longer uses.
Spam.
Yeah, so she didn't check.
Junk mail.
But it is there, and that she's not going to stop talking because she is going to tell the truth. So Sydney Chase got slapped with this C&D from Tristan's lawyer, who also I think works with Chloe. The lawyer also works with Chloe. And she had said that she didn't get it, but then she posted on her Instagram story, I finally received the cease and desist hours after I made my post online. And then wrote, it was first sent to an email I no longer use. However, I'm moving forward with the truth and I'm choosing not to comply. I will not be called a liar. And like you said, Rhea, Page Six also got a hold of this first because they had seen the actual C&D that was sent, because she was saying, oh, it wasn't sent, she didn't get it. Well, the lawyer, Page Six, saw it did exist. And Page Six, she put a statement out to Page Six, Sydney did, but then also did not send the text messages. Like Page Six was like, oh, can you send the receipts, send the texts, and she didn't do that. I don't really know what that means either. It's like, does she have them? Does she not have them? Does she just not want to share them?
Maybe she wants to get paid the big bucks for them.
Probably.
Maybe Page Six isn't offering enough, so she's not giving them up.
Right. Especially when you put out a statement.
Get some money for that.
When you put out a statement saying like, however, I'm moving forward with the truth and I'm choosing not to comply, it just makes me seem like you have some kind of game plan in place here. Like I'm gonna keep telling the truth. But I believe that
Sydney, if you're going to keep telling the truth, we need the receipts.
Yeah. The No Jumper podcast, they had to like edit out that part of the show because of the cease and desist.
They're probably going to get sued.
The No Jumper podcast episode that features Sydney has now been edited, according to host Adam 22, after receiving a cease and desist letter from Tristan's attorney. He wrote, yes, we got a cease and desist, and deleted it. Honestly, I wouldn't have posted it in the first place if I knew it was going to mess up a relationship. What a fucking lame ass statement, Adam 22. I wouldn't have posted it in the first place if I knew it was going to mess up a relationship. Do you not know who Tristan Thompson is?
I feel like
yes, you do.
I feel like that's his whole MO.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's like the basis of his whole show.
Right. Statement. Is when these girls come on, they blow up people's spots.
Yep.
I feel like he had to have known that Tristan Thompson and Khloe Kardashian got a baby together and could be together. That's a bullshit statement. That's a lie. Super lame on his part. He could have just been like, yeah, I fucking deleted it because we got a cease and desist. Simple as that. Also, a cease and desist is one of the least scary things that could happen to you, because it's literally nothing. A cease and desist is just like, hey, get rid of this.
Yeah.
It's just a warning. A cease and desist is literally, when I first heard about a C&D from working here, I was like, oh shit, they got C&D. That's crazy. Until you realize that a C&D just means, hey, here's a warning, take that shit down. If you don't, something could happen. But it's as simple as that. You're not like getting sued right off the bat.
Right. Absolutely. It's a warning shot. It's the warning shot. Sydney is set to host a night at Larry Flint's Hustler Club in Las Vegas Friday night. Oh. The 23-year-old model will take the stage for an introduction and offer patrons a chance to meet her for $35, in addition to accepting lap dances from guests, according to Page Six.
She might get some more fans out of this whole thing.
Well, that kind of makes you think, right? Yeah. Like, what started this whole thing?
And I would like to know the relationship status of Khloe and Tristan.
True.
Because once again, we don't know if he really cheated, because we don't know if they were even together. Obviously, we don't trust Tristan Thompson.
Don't trust him at all.
No. And we never will again.
Yeah. Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. We have zero trust in Tristan Thompson. We will not forgive him. We will not root for him. Nothing of the sort.
Nope. We joked with Margaret Josephs when she was on our podcast saying, the guys of Real Housewives of New Jersey, they're so entertaining. They're so funny. Spin-off show. What would go on? So very funny. Some of the guys were on Watch What Happens Live this week, and they put together a little package of what the house husbands of New Jersey what their taglines would be if they were on the show. So let's play them.
I don't know how the other men rank, but remember, there's a reason they call me Big Frank.
I always wear the pants, even if my wife picks out the shirt.
I'm the only bill my wife is responsible for.
The only stuff that I'm doing at the gym is turning heads.
If you envy my wife, get a load of my life.
I gotta say, I feel like Bill might have the best one. I don't know. It's hard. I love Frank Catania, though, so anytime. I'm always a big fan of Frank.
Yeah, I feel like Joe Gorga's could use some work.
Joe Gorga could have so many good ones, but I feel like
chose
Joe went the Melissa route. Like, I feel like Melissa's taglines are always pretty boring because they always just like have something to do with envy, which is fine. Like, I get it. Promote your brand, but
Right, but his was, if you envy my wife, get a load of my life.
No,
like,
yeah.
Okay, Joe Gorga.
Whereas, like, you had to throw envy in there,
Yeah,
like,
you had
as
to throw
well,
envy
right?
in there, and then he flexed, of course. Like, Joe, we got some work to do on that.
Yeah.
The other ones I think were pretty witty.
Yeah.
The only bill my wife is responsible for is
I like that.
hilarious.
I like that one.
Margaret Joseph's wife, I thought was...
Husband.
Oh, I mean, Margaret Joseph's wife. Margaret Joseph's husband, I always wear the pants, even if my wife picks out the shirt.
Yeah, cute.
You know, even though he's kind of like, I'm in charge, I wear the pants.
And of course, like Evan, you know, they made a gym joke. The only stuff that I'm doing in the gym is turning heads.
Boo.
There are a lot of ways that one could that one could go. You could get dirty with that one. It was
Frank's
just funny.
is really good.
Yeah, it's just funny because they use the word head too, right? It's like the only stuff that I'm doing at the gym is turning heads when everyone was like, he's getting like fucking blowjobs at the gym. Like the only thing he's doing at the gym is getting head. Like it's like,
yeah.
But obviously that wouldn't be it because
Right. Then they would just, it wouldn't be a tagline. It would just be, he gets blowjobs.
Yep, correct. Correct. Well, and also Jackie says she doesn't give blowjobs. Hates them. Doesn't do it. Yeah.
Even if you hate a blowjob, you got to give them. I know that nobody wants to hear that, but
yeah,
you just have to sacrifice sometimes, you know? Not to get into this conversation, but that's crazy to me because that's like her husband being like, I'm not going to eat you out.
Yeah,
and then you would be like, well, that's fucked up.
It was on an episode where they were talking about it, and Jackie said it just doesn't appeal to me. Which, you know. I think it was during the reunion, last season's reunion, she said it. And Evan said, I'm fine with it. I have a low sodium diet. And everybody laughed. But I don't know. They were they all laughed about it. Dolores was like, hey, it's just not your thing. And then Jackie was like, he asked, so I just don't do it.
Damn. I mean, I guess more power to her, but does he
also
do
just
to
like,
her is my question.
Wait. I might be messing this up. Who talked about not liking blowjobs? Maybe it was her, but the reunion was she was saying she doesn't like Evan going down on her. Doesn't appeal to her. Now I remember. I totally fucked it up. That's why he made the low sodium diet joke.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
She does not like
I've never
receiving.
let him. He's asked. I don't like.
She doesn't like receiving.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I get that. You don't.
Yes.
Sometimes that doesn't. You don't feel comfortable. It's not your thing. You don't enjoy it. I get that. I was just thinking if she was saying, "Nah, I don't give blowjobs," and then he does to her. I'm like, well, you know.
I'm trying to think. There was one of them who said that they don't like giving blowjobs, and now I can't believe I'm putting this into a search engine.
Which housewife doesn't give blowjobs?
Yep.
Both types furiously. it's just a bunch of things.
I think it might be Jackie too. I think she's just out on oral sex.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well, if he's not given, she's not
like,
given.
I think it's a combo. I think
they're just like out on oral sex.
They're just out on oral sex.
Okay, now that makes more sense. But when you were explaining it to me, and it sounded like she doesn't get blowjobs, but then he might be going down on her.
Completely wrong
unfair.
of me. It was the other way. She does not like, which is what they talked about on the reunion last year. Now it's coming back to me. She does not like receiving.
Okay, so they are not oral sex havers or givers.
No,
in general.
No,
I like when I Googled that, all these articles came up, like, my wife doesn't blow me anymore. It's like, damn, you're down bad. If you're writing into a Reddit thread, like, hey guys, I'm just curious, like, my wife won't blow me anymore. Any tips on how to get her to do it? You're down bad.
Down. Big time. Which is why I thought maybe there was the only stuff that I'm doing at the gym is turning heads. Like, I thought just like using even the word head in there was like kind of a little
nod to that.
Little nod to some oral sex jokes. And
yeah, possibly.
And obviously the gym shit that Teresa said at the beginning of the season. But it was very funny. And I do think the more that they play into this, the more likely we are to get some kind of like limited. I could see them doing an All-Stars type thing, but with the Real Housewives of New Jersey husbands, like taking the husbands being like, hey, we're sending you guys to X location for like 2 weeks. It's going to be like a 2-night special. It's going to air like instead of an episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey. And that's it. You know,
limited series.
Yeah, like something short, because like All Stars is going to be short and it's going to be on Peacock. Like maybe something for Peacock, something digital. But I'm sad. The New Jersey actually ends like next week. I think the season finale. It was only like 13 episodes.
I downloaded Peacock last night. And
well, you thought about watching The Office?
Yeah, I did. I started.
You started?
Yeah, I did.
And
so that makes me excited.
You
I now
have
Peacock
seen
to watch
episodes before.
Oh, I've seen many episodes.
Yeah, but you never watched start to finish.
Never.
Okay. I've done it twice, and I always end after Steve Carell leaves.
Yeah,
I know there's multiple seasons afterwards that I just don't watch.
Right. I feel like I probably won't. I need to watch the whole thing. I'm watching.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm watching. But now I'm excited because the Housewives, the All Stars, is going to be on Peacock.
On Peacock.
And you guys can borrow my account.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, just don't be wearing any Dunder Mifflin t-shirts.
No, I won't be.
Chuggy.
You'll never catch me in that.
We have a great interview with Juliette Porter from Siesta Key coming up. We're talking about the new season, all the drama. But first, you guys know, I moved. Breaking news.
Whoa.
I moved. Yeah, you heard it here first, everyone.
Holy
if you haven't
shit.
heard, I moved,
You
everyone.
moved?
Yep, I
no,
moved.
did you know?
I actually
Did you guys
didn't know that.
Yeah, wow.
I didn't know until now.
Why wouldn't you tell us?
Incredible. And
It's fucked up, Fran.
And like I may or may not have mentioned, I have no belongings that belong to myself.
You don't? You don't own a single thing? You didn't own a single thing in your
nothing.
apartment?
Nope, not a single thing. No mattress.
Your old roommate took it all?
Took it all.
Oh my God.
Which means I needed a new mattress, and we wanted to upgrade. You know, I slept on a queen bed before, 2 people now. We went king. We went full
king.
Full luxurious king mattress. And we got ours from Helix Sleep. It's fantastic. We're currently sleeping on the mattress on the floor, and it's amazing. So the mattress is so nice. We took the quiz. It's just 2 minutes, and it matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. And if you're 2 people, you both take the quiz, and it tells you combined, you know, what's a good one for the both of you. So we took it. We're the Helix Midnight mattress, which is like the medium feel. We have the Helix Midnight Luxe. It is so comfortable. I love it. It's like sleeping on a cloud. It's perfectly cushioned. We took the quiz, and I gotta say, it's a massive upgrade from the mattress I was sleeping on before. I can't believe I didn't have this one in my apartment already. But now we have the king size. It's great. Like I said, super comfortable and so easy. And it's also funny, quick funny story. It's like the mattress, it comes in a giant box. So when you open it, it's like you cut it and then the mattress inflates and it gets big. And I told Joe, like, he wasn't listening to me, of course, but I told him, bring the box inside, because once you cut the plastic, it's going to come alive. he opened it in the hallway, opened the box and cut the plastic, and he said he was like attacked. I couldn't move. The mattress, which is also shows how easy it is. Like all you had to do is cut open the plastic, the mattress comes alive, it's ready to go. That's all you need to do. There's no other work. So it's so great. You can go to helixsleep.com/chicks, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. We have been sleeping like babies on this guy. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but I promise you, I feel like you will. I love it. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. We also have the pillows. They're great. For our listeners at helixsleep.com/chicks. That's helixsleep.com/chicks for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows.
All right, everyone, we are here with a special guest. We have Juliette Porter from Siesta Key. The new season of Siesta Key premieres May 12th, the next Wednesday. We're super excited, and we're so happy to have you back on the show because we need to talk about everything that's going on.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be back. I'm really excited, and it's going to be a crazy season for sure.
Yeah. What are your emotions going into this premiere? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Like, because I just feel like there's always times when there's some, I'm sure you're sharing some great moments, but also sharing some moments you probably don't want people to watch.
Oh yeah. I mean, I get nervous every season. I think like what's so amazing about the show is that I open up every part of my life, and there are great times, but it wouldn't be what it is if there weren't the bad times also. So yeah, there's definitely some moments I'm not proud of this season. And you guys are going to have to stay tuned, but it's funny, but it also is real. And yeah, you see kind of like every emotion pop out, and everyone's really going through it this season. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and it's also probably having to do with everyone was in quarantine, and then everyone gets released, and you're recording the show, and you guys went to an island, right?
Yeah, we went to an island for about a month, and when we were here filming in Siesta Key, we're wearing masks constantly, we're getting tested all the time, but when we went to the island, we're still getting tested and wearing masks, but at least there was just like that safety net. But the downfall was we were with everyone, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Right. It was gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but like we definitely went insane, and you're going to see that. I mean, we're insane all the time though. Like, especially now that the show's evolving, there's like more jealousy between cast members, like Kelsey and I. You guys are definitely going to see that unfold. And, like just as things progress, we're getting a little more crazy. Frantic. So
yeah, I think that was the one thing everyone was really wondering about.
We talked about it on our show for like a while. I'm not happy to admit that we both like landed on the Siesta Key Reddit. We were like, why aren't they friends anymore?
I'm really
happened?
I'm really not happy to admit that because I try to stay away from any Reddits as much as possible.
It was our last resort. We were desperate.
Everybody was like, you guys need to find out what's happening between Kelsey and
still
Juliette,
didn't find
and we still didn't find out.
Yep.
And we talked about it on the show because we were like, we've had both girls on our show at the same time when you guys were friends, and then we were like, oh my, we're gonna have to have them on separately to talk about what's happening. Now I know you probably don't want to say much because you don't want to spoil the season, but can we get a little hint of what it may be about? You said the jealousy, and I know you guys both came out with swimwear lines, so does it revolve around that?
So I think I would start with at the end of season 3B, Kelsey took my boyfriend Sam out to lunch without me knowing, which is fine. They're friends, but she ended up telling him a lot of like nasty things about me. Like I'm using him. I'm a gold digger, blah. I love that one. Everyone's calling me a gold digger, whatever. I don't care. That I'm not over my ex, that like when Alex's baby was going to be born, I was going to lose it, and like all this stuff. And, Sam luckily took it with a grain of salt, but that's really shady. She was my best friend and my roommate. We lived together, and I was just shocked. But, like for some reason, I just kind of bottled that up because weirdly enough, I don't like confrontation unless I don't know, am like really in the heat of the moment. But I let that go. And then, she was upset about the fact that I was starting a swimwear line also. And then throughout the season, you just kind of see like the tension progress and get worse. And, just like it it gets really rough between us, but you'll get to see a lot of the ups and downs and, where we stand now. So
Yeah. Well, from our side, it's sad for us to see because we loved talking to both of you. And it's, anytime two girls have their kind of friendship fall apart, it's very sad. And like you said, you guys were so close and roommates. And but other than that, like, it seems like at least your love life, your relationship has flourished. We see you and Sam all over Instagram, and now Sam has been with you filming the show. How has that been, and how has Sam kind of adjusted with, I guess, like, becoming a legit cast member?
He thinks it's so funny because he's like, I can't believe I have a job now. Like, he's never had a job before. And he's just like, what did you drag me into? This is such a shit show. And I'm like, it's cool. It's fun. I'm like, make sure you never get caught in a lie. Like, they're going to catch you. And he's just like kind of on this wild ride with me. But it's definitely, it's amazing. I love him. We're in a really good spot. And it's definitely kind of hard filming when you're in a relationship, but we've made it through, and life's good right now.
That's great to hear. I love seeing you in like a happy, healthy relationship because I feel like we saw so much of the opposite of that on the show. And now obviously Alex isn't on the show anymore. There's a few cast members that are not on the show anymore. What was it like filming without those people? Did it feel good? Did it feel different?
I don't even try to get involved in the decision making of all this stuff. I just like sit back. I let everyone else do the work. And, it's sad when someone gets booted or leaves, but that's just kind of what the show's about, like the direction that they want. And if someone's like naturally not kind of like working into our dynamic, then like we're just not going to focus on them as much. So new cast members come in because like they're actually part of our lives, but then if they're no longer part of our lives, the show's going to be like, okay, well, we're not going to film you anymore. So that's, for me, I'm just so used to this by now. I've been doing this since I was like 18, I think. Yeah. And I just kind of like let it happen. Like, even things that I don't want to be seen, like in the beginning of the show, there was like so much resistance and like pushback, like, oh, you can't film this. Like, if we're fighting, we're screaming at each other, like, get the cameras out of here. Like, everyone needs to leave. But at this point, I'm just like, just come on in. We're over here. We're yelling in the back. Come over here. This is where people are fighting.
I mean, that's what we need, though, as a viewer. That's what everyone wants to see.
Yeah. And I do like that you guys have incorporated your, like you said, people that you hang out with all the time have come into the show, because it just makes it seem like more authentic, whether it's in a relationship or just friends. Just from seeing photos of you guys from filming or when you guys were on the island and all these things, you're like, oh, that girl, like, I've seen her in a bunch of Juliette's Instagrams, and I've seen her in a bunch of like Kelsey's Instagrams, and now everybody seems to be coming together in one group and filming and whatnot. So how has that been? Because I just feel like you guys have a lot more female energy than you have had in the past.
I mean, the boys are they're not cutting it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I mean, it was like always kind of like a female-based show, but the guys are just like, they're either like screaming and there's testosterone flying everywhere, or they're not doing shit. Like, there's no in between. Or like us girls, we're like so catty and petty with each other and like behind your back stuff. And like, that's just how females are kind of. But, filming in like huge groups like that, it's fun for like a day, and then it gets so difficult, and like you just need your space. Like, kind of like I said with the island, we were with everyone all the time. And it causes a lot of issues, and just like, especially when tensions are high, that actually like is a factor in why people lash out and freak out and say things that they don't necessarily want to say. I mean, mix that with a little bit of alcohol and you got yourself a reality show. So.
Yeah, of course. And like, do you wake up the next morning, right? Because you got the alcohol involved, you get into a screaming match with somebody in the cast. Do you wake up the next morning and you're like, fuck, why did I do that? Do you try and go like tell the producers, please don't air that? Or are you kind of just rolling with it?
Oh, no. They're like waiting outside my door when I wake up. They're like, all right, what are we going to do now? I'm like, oh shit, that wasn't a dream.
Yeah.
what I like to do in life in general, and like I think this works when it comes to reality shows, is like I don't like to push back on things or like lie or pretend that, you know, I'm not wrong. Like if I know that I'm wrong in a situation, like I need to fess up and get it out of the way, because that's like the best way to move past a situation, especially when there's cameras on you and you made a huge mistake or you said something wrong. If you're going to sit there and deny it, like Alex was always cheating on me. He was always denying it. If he had just admitted to cheating on me, then we could have like moved forward with the show and everything. They would have stopped filming that. But the fact that he kept like saying he didn't, and he was caught in like this huge spider web. That's what, with situations like screaming and all that, I like to just say I'm sorry, or if I'm not sorry and it was their fault, confront them and tell them to say sorry to me. So you have to work through this stuff, like especially with a big group of people.
Yeah. Right. When you face something head on, it usually blows over way faster. Whereas you said when Alex lies, drags out for 3 seasons long because you're never getting the truth out of it. And then it's a constant fight. Where do you stand now with some of the cast members? Like, who are you closest to and who are you not really talking to right now?
So I'm closest with Amanda and Chloe and Camilla. I never talked to Garrett. He actually unfollowed me on Instagram because
damn.
Well, he has a new girlfriend too, right? Or not new, but like she's
and they're like it's like very like they're nice people, but they're like very high school. Like it's all, like it's his first girlfriend ever, and like he's never known what like love feels like. That's how it like they're just like all over each other. And
it kind of comes across that way on social media too, from like some of their pictures. I'm like, okay,
exactly how it is. I'm like, they're just like over in a corner, like me, whispering each other's ear. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, who am I friends with? So Chloe and Amanda, I'm like not on great terms with Madison, and definitely not Kelsey. So.
Yeah, I feel like I got that vibe from social media. Kelsey and Madison are super close, and then who you're close with.
Yeah, it's kind of separated. And then there's some people that are in the middle that don't want to pick sides, but like if we were naturally closer with this person before, it's like going to stay that way. Like I actually see Camilla all the time and Amanda and Chloe. So, you know, that's just the way it is.
And so it really seems like Chloe has changed a lot of things in her life. We know that she stopped filming with you guys, and that was like her own choice for her own mental health and whatnot. What did you guys all think about that? Because she has always been such a key part of the show, whether it's like helping end fights or start fights. Like she was always kind of in the middle. So I feel like when her leaving the show is definitely kind of missing a big chunk.
I think Chloe went through a really big life change in the last like year and a half now. And she's been trying to figure out who she is. And just one of her like major characteristics is being like very like passionate about something in the moment. Like she has tunnel vision about this one thing. So like she goes through phases, and at the time she was really passionate about the fact that she just didn't think the show was right for her. And like, she didn't want to do it. And so I was like, Chloe, like, let's think this through before we make like a serious set in stone decision. And she just kind of like gets her mind stuck in things, but she's kind of like calmed down now. And I'm really proud of her. She's lost a ton of weight. She's healthy. She feels good. You can just kind of tell like she's glowing from the inside out, and she's just very content with who she is and who she wants to be. And like, she doesn't drink much anymore. She's doing what we all should do, honestly. So right now I'm really proud of her, but you know, we'll see. I hope she sticks with this is kind of like my point.
Right. I was going to ask, like, do you think that she'll ever come back?
And I don't want it to come across that like I don't support her. Like I totally support her. I just know her for like 7-8 years, and I know how she is. She goes through these phases essentially. But I think this one is the longest I've seen, and I hope that, you know, she sticks to this.
Yeah, and especially being on this show for like how long you guys have been doing it and how young you guys started. You know, you may not be like growing up in your teens on the show, but early 20s is still very essential in growing up. So I feel like realizing, okay, I got to get my head straight. This isn't who I am, is really big of her to even notice. So, I mean, I'm with you. I hope that she sticks with it.
Yeah, because selfishly, I would love to see the evolvement of her on TV, right? Because she's had this reputation on the show like you said, she is in such a better place now that people, want to see that. That's sometimes what makes like a good redemption arc. Like it's what people love reality TV.
You really do see it. That's why I love the show, because like everything that we are kind of discussing right now, like with Chloe's transformation, you really see it. And like you see when she has her fallbacks and her setbacks and like moments she is the old Chloe, if you will, and how she works through it and how it makes her feel and how she wants to go on, like moving forward and all of that. And same with like our relationships and my friendship with Kelsey. Like you see all like the little moments that meet at like this one, the end of the season. It's like where we are now. So it's really cool.
I am so excited for this season. I really am. It just sounds just juicy. I'm sorry. I know this is your real life, but at the same time, it's like, I can't wait to watch. How do you think you are going to be perceived this season?
I don't know. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, I always think that people are going to think the worst of me. And like when I got in a fight with Chloe, like 2 seasons ago, I think, or whenever that was, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to look so bad. People are going to hate me. And everyone's like, she got what she deserves. Yeah. So I'm like always shocked by, I don't know. I really don't know. I just like the way I feel, I just want to be authentically myself. And like, as long as I'm true to that, like, I don't really care what people think because I'm living, I'm growing. I'm not perfect. I don't have the perfect relationship or perfect life. Like we're all just like going on in this world, trying to find who we are. And I hope people, understand that when they watch.
Yeah. And I think true fans of the show always do root for you. Like I get what you're saying where you're probably nervous, but I always see after every situation, it's always like, but Juliette, she means well. And I think that really comes across.
I really do mean well. And like, I hope people know that, but like, there are sometimes I'm that type of person that's always looking at the good in people too. And then my friends are like, no, like that person's a piece of shit. Stop finding the good in them. But yeah, I mean, I think all of us do mean well. And like all of our shortcomings come from a place of like insecurities and weaknesses. And if you just are able to see all that, then you can really love every character on the show.
Right. And jealousy. Like if you just think about 2 girls who are best friends who then are in the same field and then they both are working on the same thing, swimwear lines, like you can, any normal person
imagine
on the
if
outside.
The 2 of us created our own
swimwear line. Like it would be an issue. It would
kill you.
Exactly. So I understand like on the outside looking in, it just looks like, okay, I get why that would be happening. Yeah. And no, it's almost like both people can be right and both people can be wrong.
Yeah.
It's totally, and I mean, and like in the swimwear world, like there's so many, it's such a saturated industry. Like there's so many swimwear brands, but I think it's just like, it's a little close to home to where it gets uncomfortable. But I just think it's like, who's going to do better? And they're like, well, what are the people going to say? And of course, like the fans and their comments on our Instagrams, like, well, that's trash and that's good. And that's, all those things, like they definitely make you feel some type of way. And it's like hard to ignore that all the time. But I wish Kelsey the best. I do. And like you see all of this like up close and personal on this season. So yeah, you're definitely going to see the dynamic between her and I.
Well, we're excited to watch. Where's home base for you right now? Like, what are you up to? I know that to talk about the swimwear, like the JMP, your brand is doing so well. The suits are beautiful. I think I just saw you post too, right? About like thinking about maybe throwing some athleisure in the mix.
That was like 30 minutes ago.
I know. I was actually, because I was stalking your Instagram before we started.
Yeah. And I like how it's called JMP, the label. It's that could be everything. Yeah. And the swimwear, is so cute, by the way.
So cute.
It's so much. Yeah. With the athleisure, I've always wanted to do that. And I just thought I'd like see what people think, but then it's JMP, the label. And if it's athleisure, I can call it Jump JMP.
Love that.
Ooh. Yeah. That's so
fits. Cute. And I just feel like now these days athleisure and swimwear go so together too. Cause people love wearing like cute joggers with the bikini top and like they really pair up well. But how has the swimwear been going for you? Has it been going well?
been going so well. I'm really happy. I wanted to create a brand that had sustainable fabrics, eco-friendly. All of my suits are made in Bali and primarily made by women, and they all have healthcare, they have good pay, all these things that come into play. I really wanted to have a brand that like also gave back to the earth. And then, you know, it's high end, it's luxury. I'm really into all the designs I do, and we spend a lot of time making it. So it's been going great. I sold out in like 2 days of my first.
I saw that because I went on because I thought they were cute, and I was like, oh, they're all sold out.
Yeah, well, now I know I need to order more, and we have like tons of restocks coming, but I'm just so appreciative of everyone and all the fans and people being so supportive of me, because, you know, as much as Siesta Key is hard to film and it's caused a lot of tears, like I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to follow my dreams and create JMP the label because of this platform. So
Right, definitely. And are you still in Siesta Key? Like, are you and Sam? You guys are still in Florida, right? Like, because I know some people kind of live in different locations now.
Yeah, I mean, most of us live here. We live right on Siesta Key. I'm looking at the water right now. It's really hot though. It's like summer in Florida now. So I'm hoping, because like you guys probably know, everyone's down in Florida right now because this is like the most open state.
Yep.
And it's been crazy, but hopefully now, because it's like 95 degrees outside, people are going to start to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's literally what my parents said. My parents were in
that's
Florida
my parents
all winter, and they just left. Like they
Yep.
just came home because they're like, all right, we got enough. Now we'll do summer in New York.
Yeah. New York's probably open up again too, right? A little bit.
We're getting there. The curfew's been pushing back. The capacity's been going. People can sit at the bar again in bars. And
I think they said July 1st it's all going to be open.
they want the whole city to be fully open again by July 1st. So we're almost there.
Yeah. We're getting there. Things are coming back around. I can feel it.
Definitely. Well, Juliette, we're so excited for Siesta Key. We can't wait to watch.
We really are.
The premiere. We're actually doing like a little pre-show for you guys. Like we have a little brand deal with MTV going on the Chicks in the Office Instagram Live on Wednesday before the premiere, because it's you guys and then the Hills. So we're doing Siesta Key and then the Hills, and we got Brandon Thomas Lee and Brody Jenner doing the show with us. So it'll be really cool, and we can't wait to. It's funny because we're
going to talk about the show.
Yeah, well, we're gonna prep and talk about everything we're so excited for with Siesta Key. So this is great because I feel like we get a little preview before we even do it.
Yeah, definitely a little insight.
Oh my gosh. Awesome, guys. I'm so excited to watch.
Yeah.
I'm watching the episode tomorrow for the first time. So
oh boy.
I'm coming straight from the dentist. I'm going to be like, hi.
That's probably the best.
I was going to say that's probably the best way to watch it.
Yeah.
Like just to be a little loopy, so you just don't really know what's happening.
Be in the state that you filmed it, so you understand where you were at.
Right. Like, oh, that's why I did it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us, Juliette. Everyone tune in to Siesta Key premiere May 12th, next Wednesday. And like we said a billion times, we're so excited to watch, and we're rooting for you. Everyone check out JMP the label when she restocks the suits because they're sold out.
Awesome. Thanks, Juliette.
Thank you. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And we will talk to you guys on
Oh my God,
Monday.
Happy Mother's Day.
Did you forget it was
No,
Mother's Day?
no, my
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
My mom's birthday is Saturday and Mother's Day is Sunday.
It's always a back-to-back affair.
Yeah, always. It always is. Okay. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy
Mother's
birthday.
Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Love you guys. Bye.